This is the second part of a series of videos I'm doing where I attempt to give some insight into how the various instruments of a band come together to make music. And this week we're going to have a look at the Beatles. And I was just thinking, my earliest Beatles memory, which is also one of my earliest school memories, is I've been 5 or 6. I remember in class one day the teacher came in and had this big announcement that we were going to have our first school disco, and there was a lot of excitement in the class, as you imagine. And then she went to reveal that we could bring our own music in. Now around this time in the car on journeys there was a rock and roll Beatles cassette. It's quite an obscure kind of compilation album, and I remember saying to my friends, "Oh, I'm going to bring the rock and roll Beatles cassette," and I can still hear the laughter now. I think it was just an early indication of just how uncool I was going to be for the next sort of 40 years. So yeah, I went along to the disco without my Beatles cassette to avoid further kind of mickey taking. And I just remember sort of being sat down listening to Madness and Adam and the Ants and just thinking, nah, Twist and Shout's better than this crap. So anyway, yeah, Beatles, we're going to do Love Me Do. So I'm going to start with the guitar. Right, so yeah, we're just going to look at the very intro of this Love Me Do, and it's just going to use the same 2 chords as I used in that last episode, which is an E and an A. So you're going to do 4 on each. 4 beats on an E, 4 beats on an A, and if you're doing guitar chords, you play like E, E, A, 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 E, E, A, A, A. And then in that first episode I explained, in its most simplest form, you could just do 4 notes on the E, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 notes on the A, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add a 5th. I could go into kind of musical theory of why it's called a 5th, but I don't want to bore everyone to death. So all I need to know, parrot fashion, is that if you're on any note, so this low E, if you move 2 frets along and a string down and play those 2 notes together, that is a 5th. It just gives it a bit of a fuller sound. So that is an E5 chord. And then if we have the A note, that's that second thickest string, and if you move 2 frets along, a string down, that is an A5. So that's all I'm going to play for now, is just 4 on an E5, 4 on an A5, and that's going to be our guitar part. Okay, on to the bass. And again, I can't stress enough how everything follows the same chords. So we're still on that 4E, 4 on A. And again, in its most simple form, the guitar and the bass are tuned the same. It's just the bass only has the 4 thickest strings, and it obviously sounds a lot lower. So the bass, in its simplest form, we could go 4 on this string, 4 on this string. So 4 on an E, 4 on an A. So you'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would fit over the guitar that I've just recorded. But we're going to add 5ths to this as well, but we're not going to play the notes at the same time like we did on the guitar, because it doesn't sound as good on a bass. So, but what we can do is we can play the 2 notes separately. Now a 5th along one string is a 7 fret gap. So all I'm going to do is play the open and then the 7th fret, and then do the same thing on the next string, open, 7th fret. So these are both 5ths as well, but we're not playing them at the same time. You can hear how this sounds. It's the same thing. So that's going to be our bass part. Now on Love Me Do intro, the other main instrument, or the main instrument possibly, is the mouth organ. But because I've used the 2 chords I have, the E and A instead of G and C, which would work with this, I'll have to do it on the keyboard. But I just want to show you guys the mouth organ, because I only know how to play 2 things. I'm going to play both for you. And the other one is, that's the only bit I know of that one. So that bit I'm going to play over the top A of the guitar and the bass is this. Just listen to that.
when you two wrote the song, even better than the real thing. I think they must have been talking about the harmonica sound on my keyboard. So yeah, I'm going to put that over the top. Just in way of some kind of instruction. In the last episode I mentioned how if you have the pairs of 2 black notes, think of them as the kennel and you've got the dog in between, so these are the D's, if I hit one of them right. So the black notes, if that's a D, that's a E, then this black note in between has 2 names. It can either be referred to as D sharp or E flat, because it's higher than D or lower than E flat. So there you go, I thought I'd put that in as well.
Okay, on to drums, and just to point out, I am not a drummer. I have a drum kit, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. I noticed in my last video I was very upset with myself. I was hitting the hi-hat like that, but I'm going to make an effort to hit like that this time. So I had a bit of a listen, and from what I can gather, the drums are doing something like this. So I'm going to try and kind of keep that going down. So the hi-hat, which is what this thing's called for anyone who doesn't know anything about drums, that's the hi-hat, that's the snare drum, bass drum. And in general, I think it's a general guideline. The bass drum tends to play on the 1st and 3rd beat of the bar, and the snare tends to hit the 2nd and 4th beats of the bar. That's just a very loose guideline. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to try and attempt to play that drum beat now in time. And now it's that magical time where if I see if I can still manage to sync up all these various parts. Anyway, again, I hope it's been insightful, and if you like the video, if you could give it a like or subscribe if you haven't, that'd be fantastic. Okay, let's see what it sounds like.